What is going on, everybody? And welcome to a special edition of Family Chats going on. It's just me and Angel this week, so we're gonna call this episode the LeBron Sode.
The
LeBron
Show. Shout out to LeBron.
LeBron and episode.
Shout out to the Cavs.
Nah, we're not gonna talk all about LeBron, but there's no haters of LeBron here today, so we definitely have that going for us.
Yes.
Make sure you guys, we're going to talk a lot, so make sure you guys comment back like Eric Oliveira is here being very disrespectful, saying Bron is garbage. But, yeah, NBA playoffs, it's going crazy right now. LeBron James is down 2-1 right now to the Celtics, and the Rockets and Warriors are playing tonight. They are both 1-1. We're going to talk about that for a little bit, but, Angel, how do we feel about the Cavs' chances of coming back on the Celtics?
I feel very good. They got to win on the road, though. That is their only concern I have with them.
They have to win on the road.
The Celtics are 9-0 at home this year in the postseason. So that's pretty scary when you think about it, especially knowing they don't even have their two best players.
It's insane.
But they are 1-5 on the road this year in the postseason. So I do like their chances when they are playing in Cleveland. But, I mean, obviously we always said their team and their defense needs to show up. If they don't show up, they're going to get dominated every single game. And LeBron ain't the problem, all right?
LeBron is not the problem.
LeBron ain't the problem. I hate hearing it's LeBron James' fault. They're losing by 30. No, it's not his fault. He can't keep passing the ball.
The biggest problem in those first two games was team defense and defense.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, you would see how the Celtics were moving the ball and guys weren't stepping up and challenging the shooter. It was absolutely insane in game two, especially when you're up by so much at halftime, and then the Celtics obviously come out and they just go crazy in the second half. And you just see that the team defense that the Cavs are playing is absolutely trash. So I think they stepped it up in game three. They played a lot better defense, and obviously they had, 5 guys in double digits?
Yep.
Which is normally not the case. So
yeah,
for them to win, LeBron's going to have to keep showing up.
Yeah, I mean they won yesterday, 116-86. So that's a beatdown city, and that wasn't even LeBron James' best game. He had 27, 12 assists, and I think 5 rebounds, maybe. That wasn't even his best game. But we saw everybody else on the team finally started to step up, and that didn't happen in the first game. J.R. Smith was 2 for 18 in the first 2 games. He had a 12% from the field. That is not good at all. And obviously, we'll give Kevin Love some credit. He's been playing pretty well. He's been playing pretty well.
Playing decent. He didn't even play as well as he was in the last game.
Exactly.
He was off. I mean, he only had about 13 points in the game. But I mean, he was still working hard on the defensive end and grabbing some boards.
Yeah. Not Marcus Morris. Al Horford has been putting in that work on Kevin Love because it seems like he can't stop him. Al Horford is leading that Celtics team right now.
It's because the size difference. I still feel like Tristan Thompson needs to start for the Cavs to have a chance of winning this series. Kevin Love, he's a big dude. We understand he's a big dude, but he's not going to be able to cover guys like Al Horford, who's been just dominating big mans all year. Especially because Love's more of a power forward. But they try to put him at center, and I don't think he's that good to be a center. I think he's more of a power forward.
He's more of a power forward. He has been playing better in this playoffs. Yeah, I think he's starting to come back to his older Kevin Love ways when he was on the Wolves. And, he's driving into the paint. He's posting up low in the paint. So I think he's starting to get that little confidence back when he was with the Timberwolves. So hopefully he keeps it up, and let's hopefully see the Cavs in another finals. And here is the history. The Celtics are undefeated when starting a series off 2-0.
Forever?
For their entire history as being a Boston Celtics
That's crazy.
team.
That's a lot of years.
I think they're 36-0 or 37-0 when they're up 2-0 in a playoff series.
That's crazy.
But here is their only downfall. LeBron James in the last 3 conference finals, when he's down 2-1, is 3-0. So that is the only confidence I have for this Cavs team. If LeBron
That's
wasn't
true.
on this team,
The last three conference series that he's been in, he's been down 2-0.
2-1. He's came back and he's won the series. At least in
Sheesh.
7 games. At least in 7 games. But this, I said, the Celtics are 37-0 when they're up 2-0 in the series. They were up 2-0 Eastern semis against the Sixers. They were up 2-0 and they won that series.
So let's read some comments.
Yeah, let's read. Let's see what
Freddie's
people got to say.
typing away. Eric Oliveras says Bron won't be garbage as long as he comes to the Knicks. That is false.
I'm a Knicks fan, and he will never come to the Knicks.
Hopefully.
I wouldn't even come to the Knicks.
Hopefully not. And then we got Freddie saying LeBron is the captain and coach. When they play well, he gets the credit, and when they lose, he gets the blame. Comes with the territory. It's true. He says JR is trash, Tristan's trash, Love is checkmark. James says Kyle Korver was big in Game 3. That's true. When Kyle Korver shoots, they're gonna win games when Kyle Korver's on.
Kyle Korver is one of the best shooters in NBA history, no doubt about it.
It's crazy.
Like, if this guy's on fire, this guy shoots when there's like 3 people in his face, and he somehow makes it. It's almost like a white boy Steph Curry. You know what I mean? Like,
It's crazy just to think, but yeah, he is.
He's that good. I mean, the Cavs have the weapons to be a decent team. You know what I mean? But to be decent, I didn't say great, to be a decent team. And if they're decent enough, they're going to win. As long as LeBron's on point, and as long as they score the ball when LeBron assists it to them, then they'll be okay. LeBron can't have 11 assists in a game. Meanwhile, he dished probably 30 assists that he could have had in a game, and J.R. Smith goes over 8 from 3-point line. That can't happen.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
George Hill's got to play good.
George Hill played well.
He did play well
last game.
But the key guy right now, for me, is always J.R. Smith, because he could be so lethal. But he's just such a hothead and like so inconsistent that it's so annoying, because you're like, bro, you could be so good, because we've seen him go off in games before that he's made 8 3-pointers, 9 3-pointers in a row, because he could be that type of player. But for some reason, I don't know, Stephen A. Smith lay off the lead.
J.R. Smith in this point of his career is like a B shooter, I would say. Not like a B+. He's just a B shooter.
Yeah.
It's sad, because
it is sad. And
as many threes as he takes, he is not even like an A+, like a Curry or a Harden. I would put in that category. Nope.
No Curry or Harden. Those guys are A+ 3-point shooters. Curry's the best shooter in NBA history. There's nobody better than him.
It's crazy.
Nobody better than him.
All right.
So
what is your prediction on the rest of the series? How do you, let's just put a number on it. You guys too. What do you guys think the series will end? Make sure you guys, if you guys are tuning in, make sure you guys share the video down below. Share it with all your friends. But what do you guys think? What do you guys think the series is going to go? Angel, what do you think? You go first.
I would love to see LeBron back in the finals, because that's our guy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Not watching LeBron in the finals, he's been in the last 7 of them. So not seeing him back in the finals, it's like, what am I watching it for? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you got the best player in the world in the finals. You want to see him in the finals, even if it's 10 years in a row. I don't even care if he loses 8 of them. You know what I mean? You just want to see it. And especially watching this Celtics team, that they don't even have their 2 best players. And if they go against the Warriors or the Rockets, they're going to get blown out.
I don't know. The Celtics are pretty good.
Listen. I would say they wouldn't get blown out if Kyrie was on the court. But going against the Warriors, going against the Rockets, whoever they got to go against, it's going to be tough.
They're up 2-1
First off,
the Cavs.
They can't even win on the road right now. And imagine playing in Oracle against the Warriors. They'll get blown out by 40.
How do you think the Cavs are going to go up against those other 2 teams in the West?
Listen, I don't see anybody from the East winning. I've said it from the beginning. The Warriors are the best team. They're unstoppable.
I don't know, because the series is 1-1, and it looks like the Rockets stopped them in Game 2.
But we'll get into that. We'll get into that a little later. That's a series I want to talk about. But for me, I would love to see LeBron back in the finals. So I'm going to go with the Cavs going back to the finals. But I do have a question after you tell me who your prediction is. So I'll ask you after. So who do you think is going to go to the finals in the East?
I'm going to say it goes 6 games, and I'm going to say the Cavs are going to win 6 games. I'm saying the Cavs aren't losing a game. Because I said this prediction at first. I said that the Cavs would either go 5 or 6. It's not going to go 7. And I'm going to stick with my prediction, and I'm going to say that the Cavs are going to win in 6 because I feel like they found their footing in Game 3, and I feel like they found their confidence in Game 3. So I think, and I hope that the Cavs can go and win in 6. But, that's a bold prediction.
So let's see what people are saying on the comments. Let's see who they are predicting. You're getting blown up, man. A lot of people are sending in messages.
There we go.
Trying to call in, huh?
So, Freddie says Celtics in 7, and he says no one wins a game on the road.
It's true. It's very hard with these two teams. It seems like whoever's home is going to win, especially if they go to Game 7.
And he said if LeBron goes to the finals, it will be another L. And he said Angel is right. Either team will get blown out. And then Angel, Cavs finals, question mark. And Giovanni, Cavs in 6, laughing face. A lot of laughing faces.
Hey, the history doesn't lie. LeBron, the last 3 times been in the conference finals, is down 2-1, is 3-0.
I'm going Cavs in 6. They're not going to lose a game. They're not going to lose to the Celtics team again. It was a good run by the Celtics.
I don't see the Celtics team making the finals. I can't see them in the finals.
I can't see them in the finals either.
If they have Kyrie, I'd say yes. Because that's a player that's a 5-star player, an all-star, probably one of the best point guards in the league, at least top 3 in my opinion. They don't have him. They haven't had him all playoffs, so I don't think they could keep this run up.
It's weird because if you see it, if the Celtics have Kyrie and they have Gordon Hayward, we might be talking about them winning the finals.
Yeah, no, I would agree on that, but that's what I'm saying. If they don't have those two guys,
team is so crowded.
I feel like they have a lot of players. So when those guys come back, what are they going to do with those kids? Where's Terry Rozier could go to another team and be the starting point guard and dominate.
You got Rozier, you got Brown, you got Smart. It's like
Smart. You got Tatum.
They're all like guards,
but they're all good and they're all so young. But when Hayward and Kyrie come back, where are those guys going to play?
They have like 6 guards. It's absolutely insane.
They could trade up for those. They could trade up for those guys.
They could trade.
I don't see them doing that because I think those are key players. So
they could trade for pretty decent players.
Here's my question to you. Before I wanted to ask.
Yep.
LeBron is obviously 3-5 in his career in the NBA Finals. Not very good. That's why he's always getting bashed. He's not better than Jordan. Blah blah blah. Is it better? Because obviously we both agree no team in the East is going to come out on top.
Mm-hmm.
Is it better
to lose now
for LeBron to lose now and say, okay, he didn't lose in finals, so you can't blame him for not or are they gonna blame him? Well, he didn't even make it to the finals.
Bro, whatever.
Is it better for LeBron to lose against the Celtics
for his
now,
legacy?
Or
it's better to lose in the conference finals, because we see with Michael Jordan that nobody likes to talk about him losing in the conference finals or losing to the Pistons the first couple of years. No one talks about that.
No,
all they talk about is 5 for 5. That's all they say, and it's super annoying because he's lost in the playoffs before. People act like he's never lost in the playoffs before.
He's lost in the first round 3 times in his career.
LeBron's
never lost in the first round.
Never lost in the first round in the playoffs.
He's never. But they're not going to care about that because Jordan's 6-0 in NBA Finals. Because he's 6-0.
That's crazy.
At least
it's crazy that they don't talk about the little things. Because put Michael Jordan on this Cavs team and let's see how he does. Because he never had to deal with that.
Ever.
He never had to deal with a bad team. And when he did, they lost in the first round. I'm sorry, it's 6 for 6. My fault. I'm not a Michael Jordan stan, but...
Yeah, 6 championships, 6. Hey, good for Mike. He's a great player. He's
good for him.
He's a good player.
Good for him, But
we're talking about LeBron.
What up, Adam? Thanks for tuning in, everybody. If you're just tuning in, please share the video. This is Family Chats. It's me and my cousin Angel today. Freddie is gone. So we're talking NBA right now. We're talking about the Cavs and talking about Michael Jordan and LeBron James. So we think right now, if LeBron James loses in this series, it would be better than him obviously going to the finals and losing. But I don't know. People weigh the finals like matchup way too heavy.
So let me just ask the people who are watching real quick. If let's just say LeBron did go to the finals, and he did win the NBA championship this year over Houston or Golden State,
Best player of all time.
Does that make him the greatest of all time? Because this is the worst. This is the worst Cleveland team we have seen LeBron.
Even worse than his first.
Since probably his first championship he's gone to, and he lost to the Spurs in their prime. He lost to a Hall of Fame coach, Hall of Fame Tim Duncan, Hall of Fame Ginobili soon. Ginobili will be in the Hall of Fame. He will be. He will get in the Hall of Fame. And a Hall of Famer, Tony Parker.
Probably not.
Ginobili will be in the Hall of Fame.
Bro, probably not.
Probably.
Why?
Because he's been in that league for 20 years and he's...
So we put him in the Hall of Fame?
Yes. What? Look at
How
his
many
numbers.
All-Star appearances has he
Look
had?
at his numbers. His numbers are good enough to be in the Hall of Fame. I'm not saying he's one of the greatest basketball players ever.
I doubt his numbers are good enough to be in the Hall of Fame.
He might get in. But this is the worst team.
If LeBron James wins this year, he is the greatest player of all time. You guys cannot tell me nothing else.
We might as well disqualify at least 4 of those losses in the first because, like, this is like an impossible feat for him. Like, this is the worst team we've probably seen LeBron on since the first finals he's gone to.
Because the team is so iffy.
This team is
They're
so inconsistent.
So iffy.
It's like
they might be good. You cannot just say because he's 6-0, he's the greatest. You can't. You cannot. You can't. What did he have to overcome to win those championships? A bunch of garbage teams. So I do not want to hear that. None of those teams in the West are compared to the two teams that are in the West right now, or the Golden State team that he beat 2 years ago. So I really don't want to hear that.
Listen, Jordan is great. For me, Jordan is still the greatest right now. Although I love LeBron and we say he's the greatest, I still think Jordan's the greatest right now. But LeBron's still in his career and he's 33. Like, we act like LeBron's 40 years old already. This guy has 7-8 more years of being dominant. Like, he's gonna be dominant for so long.
I would say he has like 5 or 6 more years.
No, he's gonna be dominant
and then he
for
has,
so long.
And then he has 2 to 3 more years of being good.
So 5 more years of dominance.
I say when he hits 38, he's not gonna be dominant.
5 more years of dominance, and 3 more
to
years
4 more years of being good.
Like 20
like
points.
22 points a game.
Okay, I can see that. That's still good. That's still good. That's still great. Like, it's still
That's
good.
what I'm saying. It's still good.
All
right, let's take some comments.
Yeah, let's
Because I know people are just
bashing us
they're
right
just angry.
Yep.
All right. Freddie says yes. LeBron needs to lose now. 3-6 will hurt the finals. Will hurt his legacy. He has a better case if he wins at all, but Jordan's still the greatest. That's your opinion. Adam West says 10 years from now, LeBron's legacy will be the greatest of all time. I agree.
Okay.
Freddie says 4-6 compared to 6-0. Jordan is still the greatest. Man, 10. He's been in 10 finals. So Jordan's only been 6. All right. James Peace says I'm a Jordan fan. He is the best ever, but I don't like how people dismiss LeBron's greatness. Michael Jordan got swept in the playoffs before LeBron has never been swept. That's a fact.
Wow. Could you give us a year on that and who swept them?
Who swept? Probably the Pistons. Garbage.
Pistons
right,
or Celtics, maybe?
All right. Freddie says, of course you can. Pistons won back-to-back, and he took them out. Yes. What? After they lost them like 3 years in a row? Cool. All right. LeBron, Adam West says LeBron go to another team next year and then take his third organization to a championship. I think that's a fact. I also agree. West says best of all time, and Freddie said that is cute. What's so cute, Freddie? Me? If LeBron, bro, imagine winning 3 championships with 3 different NBA teams. I'm guessing that's never been done before.
I don't think that's ever been done.
Especially by a star player like that.
Has that ever been done? I don't think so.
All right, so let's say Steph Curry and Kevin Durant, they win 6 more championships, 7 more championships, and Curry ends up with like 8 or 9. Would Curry be the best player of all time? Just because he
No.
wins rings?
He wouldn't. Obviously, right now he's the greatest. He's the greatest shooter we've ever seen in this game. Better than Reggie Miller. Better than Ray Allen. This guy's the greatest. Guy doesn't it almost seems like he doesn't miss.
It's crazy.
And when he does miss, you don't even notice. It's unbelievable. The guy's the greatest.
All right, but let's move on. Let's move into the other series in the West. It's 1-1 right now. Game 3 is going to be in Golden State, which is crazy because they already have the home field advantage back. So how do we feel about how the series is going, and who do we think is going to come out on top? What do you think?
For me right now, obviously I'm going Golden State. That's the team I picked to win the whole thing this year again. Their team is just so dominant, especially adding the second best player in the world, Kevin Durant. Obviously, I'm not taking away anything that the Houston Rockets have done this year. They're great. They're going to be a good team for a long time, but they're just in the wrong they're in the wrong conference right now. Yes, it's 1-1. I will agree it's 1-1. The series is going to probably go 7 games. But the key factor right now that the Warriors are hoping gets better is that Steph Curry could play a little better. He hasn't played very well in this series. If it's not because of Kevin Durant, they're probably down 2-0. If you think about it, Curry hasn't been great. This is probably the worst Western Conference Finals he's started off in.
Yeah, he's been pretty bad.
He's been very inconsistent with the shooting. It almost looks like he's just throwing up shots.
He's 2 for 13 in the series.
From the 3-point line.
From the 3-point line.
Yeah, he's not very good right now from the 3-point line, and that's his bread and butter. You know what I mean? That's what he's
without that,
great
he's
at.
an average player.
Without that,
I would say below average if he's not shooting threes.
But he's shooting, 2 for 13 from the 3-point line this series. That's pretty bad.
It's pretty garbage.
It's pretty bad, but he is shooting 12 for 16 from 2-point range or underneath the basket. So, for me, if he gets that 2 for 13 and if he's 5 for 10, 50%,
it's over.
The series is over. Let this guy hit
He usually
5.
shoots 13 in a game.
Yeah.
But through 2 games, he's only shot 13 threes.
Yeah. And I just want to point this out. I don't want to hear nothing about Chris Paul being better than Steph Curry. That is the worst thing I've ever heard in my life.
All right, okay, someone has a comment about Jordan and LeBron.
Go ahead.
Jordan beat 25 50-plus win teams to win 6 rings.
Wow.
LeBron has only beat 10 50-plus teams. I don't think that's true because this year he's beat the Raptors.
Are you talking about in the playoffs, or are you talking about?
It has to be in the playoffs.
That's playoffs.
Because 25.
That's a lot.
50-plus wins, I feel like, is a little watered down. I feel like that's not that big of an accomplishment, 50 wins. The Cavs this year have 50 wins. So, I don't know. I feel like that's not that cool of a stat. There was 6 teams in the NBA this year who had 50-plus wins.
There was 6 teams in the NBA this year that had 50-plus wins. 6.
I mean, and LeBron James beat a team who had 73 wins. So, how many times has Michael Jordan beat a team that had 73 wins?
I don't think any.
I don't think he's ever beat a team that had 73 wins. I don't think he's ever beat a team that had Steph Curry on him. I don't think he's ever beaten a team that had Tim Duncan. I don't think he's ever beaten a team like that. But, yeah.
But another quick point.
50-plus wins. That's very cool. That's very cool.
Jordan is great. He's great.
That's cool.
He's great. Don't get it wrong. He's great, but
50-plus
LeBron
wins.
is great. LeBron is great too.
50-plus wins is a watered-down thing because, the Raptors this year had 59 wins. So if you think 50-plus wins is, a huge thing and the team is unstoppable, it's not true. It's literally not. The 76ers had 52 wins. So, I'm just saying, I don't think a team that wins 50 games is deemed, a dominant team.
Hey, if that's a stat that you guys want to pull up, man, I guess it's a good one to argue, but
It's because back in those NBA days, all the bottom tier teams were garbage.
They won 15 games.
They were just losing nothing.
They won 15 games a season.
They were losing almost all the time, and all the better teams that are in the playoffs had all 50 wins.
All right, but my last point, Kevin Durant is averaging 37.5 points in the first 2 games of the series.
Sheesh.
Wow.
Sheesh.
And that's not even and Curry, like we said, is 2 for 13. 3.9.
Sheesh.
So I love the Rockets. James Harden is great. The Warriors are better. The Warriors are winning in 6. 6 games. Not even
Wow.
they're not going to a 7 because Steph Curry's going to get hot tonight. He's going to drop 38. Durant's going to drop 38. Thompson's dropping 20. That's how I'm predicting it. Curry's going to go off. Warriors going up 2-1 today in
I'm
Oracle.
gonna say-
In Oracle.
I'm gonna say the Rockets win this series.
Whoa!
I'm switching after
Whoa.
they won that last game. And Steph Curry's just looked not like himself. I'm going to say, I'm going to make an unpopular opinion, and I'm going to say that the Rockets win in 6 games.
Bro, I don't know. Like, what the heck is going on with you, bro?
I think the Warriors are going to get one more. Not this game.
They're losing tonight in Oracle. Is that what you're telling me? They're losing tonight at
I'm
home.
going to say...
You're telling me the Warriors are losing tonight at home?
I'm going to say that the Rockets win tonight, Warriors win the next game, and then the Rockets finish it out. 2 games.
I think...
All they have to do is steal 1 game.
I know.
Oh, but doesn't it
but
go?
It ain't happening.
But doesn't it go?
It goes 2-1.
2-2, 1-1-1.
Yeah. So the Rockets finish
Actually,
their
I'm
2
gonna say
home
Rockets
games.
go win 7. They're gonna win at home.
The Rockets went their 2 home games.
I'm sorry.
Now
for
the
me.
Warriors are going their 2 home games. Then it's Houston, Warriors, Houston.
I'm gonna say that the Rockets win in 7 games. They're gonna win at home.
That's bold, man.
And I'm gonna say
That's
Steph
bold.
Curry has a terrible game. The last game, Game 7. I'm gonna say he absolutely just doggy doo doo.
Listen, man.
I don't know.
We're talking about the greatest shooter to ever play this game.
2 for 13, 2 games.
Hey, those games are. He's in his home. He's in home now. Just like LeBron was at home the other day. This is Curry's territory. He's dropping 38 tonight. 38. He's gonna hit 8 3-pointers. 8. I'm calling it right now. 8.
All right, let's see what people are saying. People are hating on me. All right. So Freddie says when Jordan was in the league, the East was like the West is now. The 3 to 4 teams were always in the East. Pat on the back for Jordan for that. Cool. This is why I need to be on the show, to keep the show fair and balanced. That's why this is the LeBron James episode. All right.
LeBron
The only
James.
way Houston, this is Ramon. He says the only way Houston has a shot is if Curry is hurting. And then Freddie says the Warriors will not lose at home. Ramon says that is a bold statement, Joe. And then Freddie says, Ramon, that is a dumb statement by Joe. Perfect.
I agree with them. I think that's a very dumb statement. The Warriors ain't losing. They win in another one.
And then
And the year after that, they're gonna win.
And then he says, sad is when you win 30 games to get in the playoffs. The East is weak. Who won 30 games this year and got in the playoffs?
The lowest amount of games won that
Was
made the
43.
playoffs was 43 by the Wizards. They were 43 and 39.
I mean,
That
I
was
get
the
it.
lowest.
The bottom of the East is garbage. Like,
They
the
are.
bottom of the East is trash. They got probably the worst 3...
The East isn't
I would
very
say they
good.
have the worst 2 teams. But even then, the teams with the worst 3 records in the league were in the West. So the teams with the bottom 3 records were in the West. So, it's like this. I would say the top 8 teams in the West are all... I would say the top 8 teams are good. But I would say the top 5 teams in the East are good.
I would agree. I don't think the Wizards. I think the Wizards could be better. They had a lot.
These
of
teams
injuries.
have so much potential.
They had a lot of injuries. John Wall was out for like 6 to 8 weeks with the surgery on his knee. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
So he was out for a while, and he's easily top 5 point guards in the league. The Bucks are. I don't think they're good at all. Besides Antetokounmpo and Middleton, I think they're the best.
They have
players.
a decent team.
They're not good though. Like,
Bro, to have Antetokounmpo though,
oh,
they have a
good,
superstar.
but he can't shoot threes. Like they can easily stop that. down
He's
low.
a superstar, bro.
All right.
He's a
good.
superstar.
The West is good. Let's just say the San Antonio Spurs
How about
came
this?
in 7th.
How about this?
in the
There's been
West.
rumors that Karl Anthony Towns is not happy in Minnesota,
I heard about that.
and that he might be on the move this summer.
He might trade him. They
They
trade
might trade. That's absolutely insane to me. The only thing that would make sense is that they trade him to the Suns, but for the first pick. But still, it's like I would fire everybody in the organization before I trade Karl Anthony Towns.
Yeah. No.
I would fire the coach, the GM. I would fire myself if I was the owner. I mean, like, that is a solidified superstar. He's going to be a superstar for 10 plus years. And to think that he's unhappy for who knows why.
Who knows why?
But
I think he's just tired of the organization not winning. They haven't. This is the first time they've been in the
Bro,
playoffs
they
since
have-
2004.
they have a great team, though.
They have a great
I feel like
team.
their team is going up with
They have a
Jimmy
great team.
Butler. They have Andrew Wiggins, who could play better.
Maybe because he sees how dominant that West League is, he doesn't want to compete in that.
Bro,
Why,
but,
why not give him a chance to go to an East team and say, I might as well just give myself an opportunity to make an NBA Finals?
What do you think about this? Devin Booker and Karl Anthony Towns playing together again, like the old Kentucky team.
They would be down. The Suns would be a lot better, but they wouldn't be in the playoffs.
What? They would so be in the playoffs
No.
if it was Devin Booker and Karl Anthony Towns.
No, they would not be in the playoffs.
Who would be above them? The Nuggets?
Those same teams that are on there.
I don't think so.
All those same teams. The Spurs would be better. The Pelicans would be better.
I
Jazz
don't even
would be
think the
better.
Timberwolves would be better than them.
Timberwolves would probably be just as good.
Timberwolves would be trash.
The
Jimmy
Timber-
Butler would not. I mean, he's a star. He's an all-star.
I mean, you never
He's
know.
not a superstar. He's an all-star. But I don't know.
Never know, man. But
If you guys are just now tuning in, thank you for watching. This is Family Chats. We are a sports podcast. We post videos on YouTube, and we obviously go live on Facebook. So thanks for watching. Please hit the share button if you can. We greatly appreciate it. Get as many as people as you can to see this. And check out our YouTube page. It's at Family Chats. You can go subscribe there. Thanks. But let's get back into the West and this series between the Rockets and the Warriors. But yeah, I don't think the Warriors are unbeatable. I do not think that in any way.
no, I
We
think
saw it in the last game where they just got absolutely dismantled by the Rockets. When the Rockets play their best, the Rockets are better than a lot of teams. Probably one of the best teams, as we saw last game. When guys like Tucker are hitting and guys like Capella are unstoppable down low. And when everybody's shooting the three well, the Rockets are the best team in the league, I think.
See,
They
I
won
just
65 games.
Of course, I understand that they won 65 games, but when you're going up against a team that's been to the finals 3 years in a row, that's won 2 out of the last 3, that has a 2-time MVP, and Steph Curry, an MVP and Kevin Durant, who's averaging 37 and a half, and like I said before, Curry's not even shooting the ball well at all. And if he does get hot, see ya, Houston.
That's the thing,
Houston, he's gonna
That's
get hot.
the thing, though.
He's gonna
If
get
he
hot
gets
tonight.
hot.
He's dropping
If he
38.
gets
I
hot
told
tonight.
you before, he's dropping 38. This team is too good. They're not losing. They're not losing this. They're not losing this series.
This is how even the series is for me. I feel like
I'll say this: if
say
Houston
whoever
wins
wins
this series,
tonight-
if Houston wins the series, I won't even consider LeBron being an MVP candidate.
whoa, this is not based off of playoffs.
I will not consider LeBron being an MVP.
This is
candidate.
not based off of the playoffs at all. So let's not even start.
Okay then. But he's gonna be. They're gonna be in the finals. They're
All
the
right,
best
so
team.
I think that Rockets in 7, Angel thinks Golden State in 6.
6. They're winning in 6. Curry's
6
getting hot
games.
tonight. They're putting this series away.
All right, so now let's go to our last topic, and we need everybody's comments on this one. All right, the recent MVP, the top 3 finalists have came out.
Yes, they did.
James Harden, LeBron James, and Anthony Davis. Who is going to win the NBA MVP? Comment right now who you guys think is going to win the MVP award. I'm just going to go ahead and start off and say LeBron James should win this MVP. To have a team as bad as he had and to have all the turmoil in Cleveland and to still be putting in work every game. Did not miss one game. And you have to take that into effect because James Harden didn't play every game. So I think that it's super important that he played every game. They got 50 wins, even though people seem to make it seem like they had the worst season ever. They're in the playoffs. They're in the Eastern Conference Finals. They're about to go back to the finals. I think it's important to weigh all this together. I think LeBron James had an amazing year. His stats showed it. He almost averaged a triple-double.
This is probably the best career we've seen.
Best season of his career.
Yeah.
Still people are not giving him the credit. I get what they're saying. James Harden, yeah, he scored the most points and he has the best team. But at the end of the day, if you have a better team, then that would also obviously help with the wins.
Help with his numbers.
That would also help with his numbers. Nowhere near averaging a triple-double like LeBron. Only had, 4 this year when LeBron had 18. And it seems like we weigh a lot of the MVP category on triple-doubles because obviously last year the dude averaged one.
Yep.
And
he averaged one again this year.
What do you think, Angel? What do you think? Because I think that LeBron James should win the MVP.
I agree. I think LeBron should win the MVP, and I'm not saying it just because we hype him up and because he's obviously the greatest player in this generation, but it's because if you see the surrounding cast that he had. Yeah, okay. When we first saw them in the beginning of the year, we're like, oh, this team's got Isaiah Thomas. They got JR. They got Kevin Love. They got almost a similar team, but Kyrie's out. But when we saw, like you said, their whole turnaround, and they traded away everybody, and they got all these young guys in, and for the Cavs won one less game than they did last year with Kyrie.
Crazy to think. It's crazy because everybody made it seem like it was such a bad year.
And think about it. Isaiah Thomas played 12 games with the Cavs. Maybe not.
Very bad 12 games.
Very bad 12 games. So pretty much LeBron and Kevin Love was out for 6 weeks. Think about that. He broke his hand.
Think about that as well, everybody.
He broke his hand.
Kevin Love broke his freaking hand.
He was out for 6 weeks. And LeBron James was still putting up numbers, still winning games, still using his teammates. They won one less game than they did last year with Kyrie Irving, who we say made the difference for LeBron to win the finals. So,
and what do we say? We weigh this category so much. Everybody wants to weigh this category so much because the Rockets freaking won 65 games.
Listen, I think what I feel...
He didn't even play all the games. He missed 10, 15 games.
What I feel is going to happen... What I feel is going to happen, they're going to give Harden the MVP. Just because he probably could have won the MVP last year if it wasn't because of Westbrook averaging the triple-double. So for them, they just say, oh, he had the best team. His team won 65 games. Okay, good job. Congratulations. You know what I mean? That's a great accomplishment. The Warriors didn't finish first like we all thought they were going to finish. So I think that's another reason why they're saying, oh, James Harden's the MVP. But what you see LeBron do this season is you just gotta appreciate it, man. Don't take the MVP away from him because his team didn't come in first in the Eastern Conference, and they didn't have the best record. No one thought they were gonna have the best record anyway.
It's crazy. It's crazy because if we weigh this category so much on winning games, then you should definitely play all the games because you have to subtract all those games from the record and then see what the record was when he wasn't playing. Subtract that because you don't count on that.
If the Rockets are in second place and the Warriors finish first, are we still talking James Harden should be the MVP because his team came in second behind the Warriors? Probably not. But just because his team...
If that's all you have going for you, I'm not a fan.
No.
Especially when all he did was lead in points per game.
Come on. Like I said, they're going to give it to Harden just because his team came in first. They're in the Western Conference Finals. They won 65 games, and he was a scoring title champion this year. But who knows? It's going to be them two. It's going to be them two.
Even though Anthony Davis
had an amazing year.
Crazy.
Amazing.
Crazy.
This guy's coming for the top.
He's coming. I wouldn't be surprised to think maybe him and Anthony Davis and James Harden or Curry was it next year. And not LeBron James. But I would never doubt my man, James, in being in the top.
Yeah.
He's been in the top 5 for the past, I want to say top 5 or top 3 in the past
top 5.
8 years.
Yeah, it's impressive.
8 years he's been in the top 5 in MVP voting.
And he won 4. 4 out of those last 8, I think. 4 out of the last 8. He should have won more, probably. But, you know, I'm not a voter, so. But LeBron is my MVP. LeBron's your MVP.
You guys let us know who you think is the MVP. We obviously think it's LeBron James. We
All
put up good arguments, all right?
So everybody, I think everybody knows that little video. If you hear Yanni or you hear Laurel, I want you guys to tell me what y'all hear here.
What do you guys hear? I think it says the GOAT.
I think it says the greatest player of all time, the MVP, the GOAT,
You hear
the
MVP?
greatest of all
Do
time.
you hear MVP or GOAT?
Just hyping up
I
the
think I hear
LeBron James
both.
show. LeBron
I hear
James show.
But all right, we're gonna go ahead. We're gonna swing.
Well, we got some basketball trivia.
You got some basketball?
I got some for you.
All right, we have a basketball trivia question.
Here we go. Basketball trivia. This is a pretty good trivia question, honestly. I don't know if some of you guys might not know this.
YouTube, comment below what you think it is.
Comment below.
What do you think the answer is?
NBA trivia. Here we go.
Here we go.
Who is the first player to be drafted #1 overall without playing in college or high school basketball in the U.S.? Ooh, we all know him. He's a Hall of Famer. He's a Hall of Famer. Hall of Famer. We all know him.
Whoa.
Comment. Tell us who you think it is. Guess if you have to.
What?
We all know who he is.
I know who it is.
Who is the first?
I know who it is.
I'll repeat the question.
Is he actually in the Hall of Fame?
He's in the Hall of Fame.
I don't know who it is.
Before you answer or guess, I will repeat the question. Who is the first player to be drafted #1 overall without playing in college or in a U.S. high school basketball? Who do you feel? Who was that? Who commented?
Stephen Morris says Kobe. And that's
Kobe.
actually what I was thinking because his dad played overseas. I remember
good,
I remember hearing that, but he's not a Hall of Famer yet, so that's why I asked that question.
But Kobe did play high school basketball in the U.S. He did get drafted.
Okay.
In high school basketball. So
if you guys
give us your comments.
if you guys know it, shout it out, put it on here. I still have no clue. Angel. So it's who is the only player to get drafted #1 and not play college or high school basketball in the U.S.?
Yes.
And he is a Hall of Famer.
And he is in the Hall of Fame. And we all know who he is. Like, don't overthink. Like, he's a recent player. Like, he's probably played 6-7 years ago.
Man, that's crazy.
Do you have a guess? Do you have a guess who you wanna try to guess?
6 or 7 years ago.
I'll give you a hint. He's not American.
What's the position? He wants to know.
Position? Yeah, I'll give you position. Center.
Center. No.
Christian says Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
6 or
That
7
is
years
not.
ago.
That is not right. That is not
That's
right.
a good guess.
Who we got here? Oh, position. Okay.
So he's a center.
All right.
Oh man, I'm going to. He says Dirk,
Dirk is a very good guess.
but he's not a Hall of Famer either.
He's not a Hall of Famer yet.
Man,
He is in the Hall of Fame. Just think of that.
he's not American.
And he's not American.
Oh, okay. It's the guy who
He's a center.
Mutombo. I'm gonna go
Not-
say Mutombo. I don't think it's right.
It is not Mutombo. All right, here we go. I smacked the table. My bad. All right, here we go. I'm going to give you guys the answer. Yao Ming.
Oh my God.
Yao Ming.
What the heck?
Come on. How do we not know that?
Yao Ming for the Rockets
Yao
is the
Ming.
answer.
Wow.
He said Vlad Divac. I don't know. I don't know who that is.
Behind the back. No, it is Yao Ming.
Yao Ming.
Yao Ming is the correct answer.
Wow, that seems super easy,
That's
but like
super hard at the same
super
time.
hard at the same time. I forgot Yao Ming was a Hall of Famer.
All right, here we go. Another Hall of Fame question. All right, here we go. Last one, and we'll move on. What team has had the most Hall of Fame players on their roster?
Team with the most Hall of Fame players on their roster.
Yes.
Like at the same time?
Not at the same time, like in their history.
I'm gonna say
The number is too high for it to be.
Celtics.
Well, that was an easy one. Celtics is the answer. 25
It's
Hall
either
of
the
Famers.
Celtics or the Lakers.
25 Hall of Famers they've had in their league, in their team history. It's a lot.
It doesn't seem like a lot, but it is a lot.
It's a lot. If you think 5 players play at one time, and not all of them could be Hall of Famers. That's 25. So
it is the Celtics.
It is the
That was a
Celtics.
fairly easy one.
That was an easier one.
That was so easy, I got it right.
Christian got it right also. So
Christian, you are. All right.
For the rookie of the year, I wouldn't show up for the freshman list. Your swag expired, you ain't fresh like this. I'm on my haters, I'ma make them pissed.